I parted from being half dead when my alarm went off this morning, and ever since something eerie and electric has been present. So I went to the library to sit with my friends. I took home the collected works of Jim Morrison, as well as blues tabs and a book on Laurel Canyon. I have a ritual of sitting at Ruby Street Park on the days I check out new books, but today feels different. The Holy Ghost wants to be seen. Jim Morrison is haunting me. James Douglas, a writer first and foremost. He loops me into portals often, echoes his shadows. Sometimes I think he misses Earth and wants me to write his unfinished lyrics. For I am fiercely independent, and I would have done well as a man. But for this life, Jim chose curves like Pam, dead in 47. I tried to date normal people for a season, but I've always known I only live for music, and so I could only love a musician, hoping to find the ultra-white sonics of my soul deep within another's bones, vibrating and gyrating like Jagger. But lately, I've been stuck in staccato, a shortened duration followed by silence like death at 27. I'm 28 now, and I feel I owe it to the king to write the world still reverberating. So I part my lips to part the sea and bring about diamonds and pity, worried they'll be diamante, a false bravado when I wanted to be brave. But the men don't notice my brain because I make their pupils dilate. I don't want to be in cold water no more, with forbidden information and unanswered memories presenting themselves presently in my subtle body while I'm singing my muse is dead and I might never be in my baby's arms again. So I finally gave in and chose to die infinitely. When I threw my satin panties and they landed on a cross hanging above the bed of where I shouldn't have been. Jesus and James crossing the seasons of my life when I was looking at several dimensions caving in all at once, remembering them all here at Ruby Park. My vulture prince, mountain man, lizard king, came out from his wolf den to be the boss of my daydreams and my mess, because it happened again. I was the other woman when I didn't mean to be, but he was sweet, and now I lost a sister when I would have never, had I known. I've only ever wanted a real man, and a cheater isn't that. But neither is a ghost. But like I said, my muse is dead, and I may be cursed. I had said 1 sec, not sex, please, my darling. Would you mind turning down your brightness and attune to your blue moon, so I don't quantum jump into the world of words? And yes, my love language is words of affirmation, but my love speaks in tongues and body language too. 'Cause I'm in a loop of reoccurring dreams as all my ex-lovers reincarnate into my day-to-day when I don't want them on repeat. But I'll sit and listen while they talk at me with their offerings of misery in exchange for my mystery. I let them look but never touch 'cause my muse is dead and he lives in the sun, and I let him out when I howl at the moon with his thumb up, asking for a ride like it's 1959. But today I told another one I'd hold on the back of his black Indian when I preferred Davidson, a classic man, like my star, David, calling me his Bathsheba when I wanted to be queen, not just a fantasy, but to be chosen, anointed, and written in sand for all the world to see, yet somehow it's never you and it's never me, and so I end up again lying there as the other woman. I've been her many times before, like Miss Monroe and the Kennedys, traded between brothers till I'm fucked over dead, like Edie Sedgwick. Once a muse goes overboard, the conspiracies overturn how she turned heads, not with seduction but innocence. How many times will I not be chosen, thrown out to sea, back to being a siren, blamed by the wives of all the fishermen just for sheer existence? Listen. Singing is my devotion to creation. I can never mean any harm, but like I said, my muse is dead. He must be. Because how else could I explain how easy it is for me to walk away from all the boys and all the noise when inside the well is full of poetry about my lover torn from me like the splitting of galaxies when I feel inverted and turn into a black hole. So today, in 2022, I turned up Durando and decided to walk on through, humming Let My People Go, till eventually I got home, put on jazz, and let my curves get lost in the sax so I could let the hands of my Holy Ghost dance me to the end.